You already found a software agency you would like to work with. Now it's time to get on the call and explain details about your project. During the software development process, you will probably encounter terms that we use in a software development that you never heard before. Today, I would like to break down to you what these terms means to help you understand the software development process. Knowing and understanding the software development process will help you to get in a better negotiating position with the software agency. So let's start with the first one. When you decide to work with a software agency, you will probably hear the word backend very often. What is backend? Backend of the application is all the technology and programming behind the scenes that make a program function. It can involve servers, databases, or application code that processes user requests. To give you an analogy, it's like the kitchen in a restaurant where all the work happens to cook the food before it's delivered to the table. Another term that you will hear very often is front end. This is the part of the software that you see and interact with, like the web pages of a website, for example. This can involve designing the layout and the look of the pages and ensuring that the buttons, links, and forms all work as expected. It's like the dining area of a restaurant where customers can see and actually taste the finished dishes. Number 3, full stack. Full stack means dealing with both backend and front-end parts of an application. In the software world, we have developers who are focused on backend development. They are called backend developers. And we have developers who are focused on front-end development. They are called front-end developers. But then there is a very specific type of developer who is called full stack, who can work on the backend of the application as well as on the front-end part of the application. So a full stack developer is basically like a chef who can both cook the food, backend, and then present it nicely on the plate, which we call front-end. Another word that you will hear 100% is the word code. This is a special language that computers understand. It's designed to give specific instruction to a computer about what exactly it should do. Just like we use human languages to communicate with each other, developers use code to communicate with computers. Another very common word is debugging. Just like a detective hunting for clues to solve a mystery, debugging in software development involves hunting down and fixing problems, or as we call them in the software development, bugs. These bugs can cause the software to work incorrectly or not at all, hence it's a vital step in the coding process. Another common word in software development is the word database. This can be viewed as a large digital warehouse storing all your data like files, images, or customer information. Efficient databases aid in quickly retrieving, updating, or storing data like a well-organized library system. UX and UI design. UX stands for the user experience, which is about making product enjoyable and easy to use. UI, or user interface design, is about how products' interfaces look and function. It's like designing a navigational map for a park that's both aesthetically pleasing and functional at the same time. API, Application Programming Interface. Imagine, for example, a waiter in a restaurant who takes your order to the kitchen and then brings the food back to your table. An API works in much the same way, but with the data between programs. It's a set of rules and protocols that allows one piece of software to talk to another. Another word that software developers use very often is the word Git. This is a tool that helps developers keep track of the different versions of their code. It's like having a detailed diary that records every change you made to the code, who made it, and why it was made, keeping all the coders on the same page. And lastly, if you decide to work with a software agency, you will probably hear the term Agile. Agile is a very popular way of managing software projects. Not the only one, but probably the most popular one. Instead of planning everything from the start, like in the regular project management, in Agile management, work is divided into small pieces that we call sprints. Flexibility and communication are key. It's like planning a software trip where you only decide on the next city when you reach a destination, rather than planning the entire road ahead of a time. So, if you're teaming up with a software agency for the first time, there will be a bunch of new terms you will hear. Good software agency should break it down for you and help you to understand it. Always get everything crystal clear before you sign any NDA or any contract, and do not shy away from asking for more detail. Software development can seem like a whole new world, especially if you're not from the tech background, But if you choose the right software partner for your project, it can be a pleasant experience.